like the light, so I try to keep it pretty low. Oh, happy, happy, happy worms. Aren't they cute? They're very happy. I just bought a... Hello. Welcome to my weekly worm bin feeding video. I'm showing here my urban worm bag that I purchased last year and started it about 15 months ago. You start it by filling it up with a little bit of compost that's been completed, and then you start adding your worms slowly, and then you start adding your kitchen and yard scraps. Here I'm just moving the bedding off the top of the worms. Sorry for the quality of the video. It's a dark room. This is my oh, I just found a metal piece in the anyway, yeah, this is the utility room in my house. So it's inside. We live in a climate where it freezes. There's snow on the ground. Currently it's about 40 degrees outside, but all winter it's been too cold for the worms to be outside. So I'm just digging a hole, getting ready to put the waste that I have gathered for this week into the worm bag. You can't see it right now, but there are literally thousands of red wigglers that I am seeing from where I'm working. Okay, now I've got the hole ready, and I'm just gonna dump in my kitchen scraps. I keep them in plastic bags in the fridge just to keep the smells down, but they do kind of start the decaying process even in the fridge environment. So I have banana peels, cantaloupe rinds, there's some watermelon that is in there as well. We don't really have a lot of waste, generally speaking, so that's why I started eating cantaloupe, just to get a little bit more. So I'm also going to put in our eggshells for the week. I've ground up in a mortar and pestle, well, you know, ground them up into rocks. And now I'm going to put in some of our coffee grinds, spent coffee grinds, just a little. I found that it gets too hot if I put a lot on at a time, so. And then this is some flour and other baking ingredients that had passed their useful date. This is biochar that I purchased from a local manufacturer of biochar, and that just helps to increase the fertility of the finished product. This is some low sulfur molasses, and I add molasses during the winter months when I don't have as much green waste to put in. In the spring, summer, and fall I have a lot of yard waste that I can put in from my vegetable patch, but in the winter I don't have as much waste. And then these are just paper towels that we use. After we crack our eggs, we put them in the paper towels and then put them in the fridge too, and it's just another carbon source for my worm bin, but in our house that's done because my partner likes less mess. So then let's cover everything back up with some of the, there's a lot of worms in here, so they're going on top of everything, and then plus some of the decaying bedding. And for bedding I use shredded cardboard boxes, and you use them in a shredder, like for shredding documents, but it's a crisscross applesauce shredder, and then I just moisten it up with about a half a gallon of water. My humidity in the house is at 30%, but I still don't get enough to keep this moist enough in the winter without adding additional water. The water is just culinary water from our tap source, which I've left sitting in this bucket for a week to air out any chlorine or any other things that might hurt the bioactivity of the bin. And that's about it. I'm just going to finish watering up the bin, and then we'll cover it back up with a plastic sheet and zip the top back on. Urban worm bin is a really great source for education and information, and I highly recommend this product. It's a flow-through, continuous flow product, so you put stuff on the top, the worms eat everything from the top, and then their castings, or aka poop, just moves down the bin, and when you're ready you zip out the bottom of it and take the finished product from the bottom, and that drops the top down so you can add more stuff to the top. And in a year I haven't actually taken anything out of the bottom of this bin. This is my second bin, by the way. The first bin was a homemade bin that I used old 5-gallon Rubbermaid totes to make my worm bin, but I found that it got anaerobic and smelly, and it was really hard to get the castings out of the bottom without disturbing the worms. This system's a lot cleaner, a lot better, and it fits perfectly in our little space here. So yeah, that's it. Just zipping everything back up again, and then I'll do the whole process again next week. If you're a wormer, I'd love to hear comments below what you do best, especially if you use this system, or if you don't use the system. Our primary goal with this is to reduce waste, but it's also interesting and fun for me. I really enjoy this. No, that might seem weird, but it really is enjoyable to me. And also it really helps to add the amendments to our vegetable patch. So I'm just cleaning up and tidying here things, closing up the bedding bag, and that will be it. Thanks for stopping by.